do in this room. I was at this reception 2 years ago, and it was being held over in the cafeteria. And if anyone's been on those tiled floors, they know that, it's slick. And anyway, I was late for the reception. Dr. Wise had already started speaking. And I was late because I was hanging in the gallery in Bagwell for the PHO staff. I came in, big roller bag full of my photography equipment, completely embarrassed that I was late. Funk, 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 all the way across the floor. So I sit down amongst a bunch of strangers, which I'm sure that most of you have done tonight, and I went up to the hors d'oeuvre table because I realized I hadn't eaten all day. And I got up, got some hors d'oeuvres, came back, something to drink, realized I forgot my napkin and my eating utensils. I got back up. Somehow, inadvertently, I had the tablecloth wrapped up in my shirt like a bad magic trick. Now, mind you, I was late. Everybody was already staring at me for the thunk, 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 thunk. Now, I'm sitting at a table with a bunch of strangers, and their food is all over me, and so is their drink. So, as I'm whispering, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. So, talk about a grand entrance. Needless to say, Pellissippi's cafe staff, they all rushed to my aid that night, and I'm thankful that they did, because within minutes, all was right with the world. If I only knew then, that wouldn't be the first time that Pellissippi's family would save me. Tonight, all eyes are on me for a different reason. I had a 20-year corporate business career, had a business of our own, which allowed me the flexibility to raise 3 boys, 2 stepsons and 1 of our own. It wasn't super lucrative, but it was enough to just get us by. When the economy crashed, so did our business. My husband was also a disabled diesel mechanic. He had 5 back surgeries, ultimately was fused in his back. He ultimately became addicted to his pain meds. In hiding the addiction came everything that goes along with hiding that addiction. Little money that we had disappeared, constant fighting, bouts of crashing, denial, and a miserable way of life. We went from a family of 5 going to a party of 2. This occurred over the course of 5 years gradually, but completely during my time at Pellissippi. When I started this journey, I was a hobbyist photographer. I had been making money on the side as a hobbyist photographer, but I wanted to make a career shift, and I wanted to know about it more in depth. But in the process, I also have a lot of actor friends and a staff of news production people that I had met on a studio set. And they all encouraged me to go into studio production because I'm very tenacious in anything that I do. So after a year, I researched colleges around me, and it was like a sign from God or destiny. This campus had both photography and television production. But could I do both? I wasn't sure, but I sure was going to try. And at that point, the addiction wasn't so bad, and it wasn't affecting our household as bad. For the last 3 years, I've driven 1 hour to Pellissippi from Seymour, one way. That's 2 hours a day in driving, just to attend this program. The old saying goes, God doesn't give you more than you can handle, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I also believe that God sends you people that you need in your life to see you through or teach you the lessons that you need to learn in life. With that said, Pellissippi and its staff, without even realizing, have been my safe haven, saving me, nurturing me, and helping me grow. With every year, the generosity of the donors and the warmth of the staff members have touched my heart. From the time that I came to Pellissippi in 2012, right from orientation, Gail Wood from Access and Diversity said repeatedly, get involved, get involved. And boy did I. I became a Phi Theta Kappa honor student, work-study student to PHO, VPT departments for the last 2.5 years, a liaison when Oprah Winfrey's personal photographer, Robin Layton, came to the school, I volunteered for various events, photographed many students, staff, volunteered for help portraits in the community, and also photographed Governor Haslam when he came in this very room to speak. With the help of two photography staff members, John May and Teresa Reed, we started the photography club and I was elected the president. With Kim Thomas LaRue's bright, smiling face lighting our way in student life, the club joined in volunteering for Pellissippi's Halloween Monster Mash and Breakfast with Santa events for the last 2 years, where I met Mary Bledsoe. Is she here? Is Mary Bledsoe here? Okay. Dean of Students. And during that Halloween event in 2013, while delivering my thank you letters to the foundation office for my scholarship, I met AKA Beetlejuice, Gypsy Harold. Now mind you, when I met her, this is my first time winning scholarships, and photography club was taking photographs in the rotunda. She was dressed as Beetlejuice. She had the wig on, like you couldn't see her long hair, nothing. And she had the white going on, the black eyes, and the whole Beetlejuice striped suit. So I went to her office, dropped the thank you notes off, and while I was in there, I was so thankful to the donors and the scholar, and the whole program, the whole foundation. I literally broke down in tears. I just lost it completely. I'm not good at receiving. I'm usually on the giving end. So for me, my pride kind of got the best of me for a long time. But Beetlejuice, and she was Beetlejuice to me, she talked me through it and she said everything was going to be okay. Saved again. So last year I walk into Gypsy's office and I kind of look, I guess I was expecting Beetlejuice. And then I laughed out loud and I explained to her that it took me a full entire year to realize what she actually looked like in person. So I was very thankful for Gypsy. And that's when I met Anissa at that time. And she came to photograph the photographer for the Twitter page. After participating in my second Breakfast with Santa last year, during one of the darkest depressing points in my 3 years, Mary Bledsoe and the staff, student life staff, mailed me this beautiful handmade thank you card that literally brought me to tears. It's a handmade thank you card, really? But it brought me to tears and it still does. To know that these people that had given so much to me had actually acknowledged the time that I had given to them, it just completely brightened that dark moment. And these last 3 years have been a dose of humble pie for me. It was my dreams, the donors, the foundation, the Pellissippi staff like Ella, Teresa Reed, and the entire PHO department and the Bagwell building staff that kept me going and supporting me and working with me, because if not, I really would have quit. I was ready to. Being a single mother for the last 2 years isn't easy. Volunteering was the only way that I knew how to give back. Even then, there's not enough money or time in the world that can ever pay you donors back for what you do for us. It's helped me, it's helped my children, and going on 3.5 years here, my journey is coming to an end. I serve an internship in marketing and communications under Julia Wood. I think she's in here. Jesse Tipton. But recently I photographed and took some video at the foundation golf tournament. It was a long day, and some of the staff from the foundation had been there since 5:30 in the morning. They started at 5:30 in the morning, and you know what, their day, it was close to 7 o'clock when I left, and they were still working. And at that time, Anissa, Marilyn, Angela, and Charmin with Pellissippi's Foundation welcomed me when I arrived, and they thanked me for staying until the very end. But you know what? It was my privilege. I learned more about the donors and the foundation and how hard they work to keep dreams like ours alive. And that makes all the difference. At the end of last semester, Ella Ruggles and Katie Lovett gave my VPT crew of overachievers an opportunity to film commercial spots for Tennessee Promise and Tennessee Achieves. If I had given up and if I had actually quit, I would have never have met Randy Boyd, the mentors who support the success of the students like me, or met the students that are truly bright, ambitious, and grateful for their education, or experienced the glorious moment where it comes full circle, as I'm casually watching Dr. Phil being a couch potato and seeing our commercial on television, and I do my little happy dance. That moment of glory in my life, I owe to a lot of people in this room. As for my personal thank yous to my donors, Casey Lawson was instrumental in launching the PHO and the VPT program in the Bagwell building, the very two programs that I'm close to completing. Over these years, I'd hear funny stories and about the great human being that Katie was. The studio in the Bagwell building is named in his honor, and there's a plaque that hangs on the wall in his memory. That's a very studio I go in every day and see that plaque, and it's ironic and very fitting that I happen to get that scholarship this year, and I'm very thankful for it. It's another blessing from Heather Hillard, Christy Williams, and all the donors who actually contribute, so thank you all. And if this was gonna be my last semester, I wasn't gonna do it writing my thank you notes as I had done in the past. I was gonna pour it out there, heart and soul, and I did. This would be my most difficult semester financially. Thank you to the staff who recognizes the way that I write. Thank you, Dr. Wise, for acknowledging and commenting on my letters during your opening faculty speech in August. I meant every word. Ironically, the man that I had photographed countlessly during my time at Pellissippi, thank you for being a donor to my Access and Diversity Scholarship. I can't thank you enough. After 3.5 years, through many hardships beyond my control, this December, I proudly graduate from Pellissippi with 2 associate's degrees, and so far managing to maintain my 4.0 GPA. Thank you for making my time and my education at Pellissippi the most rewarding experience of my life. And they say that you're only as good as the team that stands behind you. Well, I must be Wonder Woman, because my team is the best, and that's attributed to all of you in this room. Throughout my years here, this place and its people have been the friendliest, most compassionate, and helpful people that I know. As graduation comes in a couple months, I'll reflect on the better person that I've become because of all of you that made it possible, and my Pellissippi family. My story is but one of many in this room. By the time the students figure it out, it's time for the staff to let them go. And hopefully they go back out into the world paying it forward, the same way that the donors and the foundation have paid it forward to all of us. Ultimately, this is about thanking them, all of them, the donors, the foundation staff, each of them, and the instructors that give of themselves to make us better people. Collectively, they adamantly won't let you quit or ever give up, one story at a time. Thank you all.